Wow, I'm shocked that this video got over 1,000 views. I was totally expecting to get at most 100. Thanks to everyone who watched the video. I spent a lot of time on this and I'm very glad to see my efforts didn't go to waste. However, a few people in my comments have decided I'm a LARPer because I like Remake Jill, and I know, no matter what I say, they will continue to say such things. But I'm petty and have a lot of free time, so I'm going to talk about how I got into Resident Evil and also the amount of time and money I've spent on this series alone in the last 3 years. In late June of 2023, I was scrolling through TikTok when I saw a bunch of people talking about Resident Evil 4 Remake, and honestly, I didn't care. I had never really been interested in Resident Evil. The first RE game I had played was The Umbrella Chronicles on the Nintendo Wii back in 2010, and my memories from around the time were fuzzy due to things I won't get into in this video. So I don't even really remember playing anything past the RE0 section. It was the only game from the series I played, and it would remain like that for 13 years. And before I played The Umbrella Chronicles, my introduction to the series as a whole was the movies. And I absolutely hated those movies as a child. I still remember the nightmares I used to get from them. Anyway, while I was scrolling through TikTok one day, I saw a character from 4 Remake so pretty that I couldn't pass them up without knowing the game they were from. And that character was Luis. Yeah, I know. Luis, as in Luis Serra. At the time, I had no clue he died. All I saw was a pretty little Spanish man and decided I'm going to put that in my pocket. And since the games were all on sale at the time, I decided to buy them all. Which, in hindsight, was not a good financial decision, but I had the money. I bought every RE game that was available on Steam at the time. Of course, later, I would get the OG games, plus Requiem. That's also not including the Umbrella Chronicles, the games I've emulated legally. I've played Gaiden, the Dark Side Chronicles, and Mercenaries 3D. I've even been looking into emulating Outbreak and Dead Aim. On the games alone, I've spent a little over $200. That's not even the only things I've bought. I've spent even more money on things such as movies, both live action and CGI, books, the official Leon Kennedy Nintoroid, and even fan-made things. Dear God, I've spent so much money on fan-made things. I even made my own Luis plushie. I know being called a LARPer is coming from the fact that I like RE3 Remake and will defend that version of Jill, but I also love the original RE3 and Jill. In fact, I love all of the original games, their remakes, and the modern games as well. The only game I'm a little iffy about is RE7, but that's only because it's solely first person, which caused me to have to take a lot of breaks constantly due to massive headaches I would get. Besides that, I love all these games. Hell, I've decided to do the math on how many hours I have on this series alone, and dear fucking God, I have sunk in over 886 hours into Resident Evil in the last 3 years. Oh my God, I've spent a lot of time on Resident Evil. Dear God, I need to go outside and touch a little grass, get some more hobbies, goddamn. You know, I understand why some people don't like the remakes or the modern entries, but personally, I love the modern games and remakes for their seriousness, and I love the old games for all their goofy jokes and bad voice acting. I just love Resident Evil. This is such a fun franchise, and hey, who cares if someone likes the remakes over the originals and vice versa? Video games are supposed to be fun, so we can enjoy them. Plus, my last video wasn't made out of hate for the original RE3 or that version of Jill. As I said earlier, I love both versions of Jill. In fact, I love all versions of the legacy characters and their newer counterparts. No, not you, Christian Blue Valley. Get back in your hole. There you go. Stay there. At the end of the day, I'm here to have fun and share my love for this series with other people who enjoy it as well. In fact, I'd love to hear how some of y'all got into Resident Evil. Please feel free to comment down below. But for now, that's all I have to say. Until next time.